Hello everyone! Today I thought we'd share one of my favourite stories. I wonder if you've ever read it before. It's called Lost and Found. Having a look at this front page, I wonder who might be lost and who might be found. I wonder where they might be lost. I wonder if the penguin can talk, and maybe the boy can't. I wonder why they're using an umbrella instead of a boat. Do you have any wonders? Tell the person you're watching with and pause it there. Now, ooh, that's a flippy floppy book. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. That's not usual, is it? The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the lost and found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin had come from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. I wonder why these birds might be ignoring him. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. Have a think. How would you help the penguin? This poor penguin. We think he wants to go home, or she, we don't know. I wonder how we'd help this penguin to feel better. Pause the video and have a chat with the person you're watching it with. How would you help the penguin? The next morning, he discovered the penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. Good idea to take a boat. What other ideas could you think of? I wonder if they could fly. Can penguins fly? I wonder, could they swim? Would the water be warm or cold, do you think? What do you think? How could they get there? So together, he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they would need, and together they pushed the rowboat out to sea. That's quite a long way to row, isn't it? They rowed south for many days and nights, with the boy telling stories all the way. The penguin listened to everything that the boy had said. It's very clever, isn't it? We know that one's the day and that one's the night. But they're drawn, they're illustrated so beautifully that they look like they're part of the same, don't they? They floated through good weather and bad, when the waves were as big as mountains. Until they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. Welcome to the South Pole. I wonder why the penguin might feel sad, even though the boy has gotten him home. do you think? It's a tricky one, isn't it, trying to work out why somebody feels the way they feel. But we can always think, if I was a penguin and I was in the same situation, why might I feel sad? We can use what we know. We'll talk about the characters in a story, can't we? The boy said goodbye and floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. Golly. I wonder if he's at the right place. I wonder if maybe it's something to do with the little boy that's making the penguin feel sad. It felt strange to be on his own. And the more he thought, the more he realised he was making a big mistake. The penguin wasn't lost, he was just lonely. You can think about what lonely means. Lonely. Lonely. Do you think that means that he's got lots of people around him to play with and feel good with? Do you think maybe he's quite on his own? He doesn't have anyone to share his feelings with, or to play with, or to be around. Quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last, he reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Can you see the penguin? Sadly, the boy set off for home. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see... What can I see? The penguin! And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. I wonder if you can have a think about who you would like to turn up at your door, and what animal you would like to be their new friend. Bye bye.